Can you tow with a 2016 Ford Explorer Sport? You're about to find out. What is going on, and welcome back to those that are subscribed. If this is your first visit here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. So to answer the question of can you tow with a 2016 Ford Explorer Sport, the simple answer is yes, but there's a little more to it than that. So this is our 2016 Ford Explorer Sport. To go over a few things about the vehicle, is a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged EcoBoost engine, 6-speed transmission. Ours came with the towing package, which I'll show you behind this panel in the rear is where the hitch is and your electrical connections for trailer lights and all that stuff. I did install a brake controller. Our trailer has electric brakes, it's tandem axle. This is the controller that I installed. The car is actually pre-wired, if you want to call it, for a brake controller. So it's basically, you just have to get the right harness for it and it's plug and play. So that was fairly simple to wire up. Now there's also a tow mode, which the tow mode uses engine braking and also keeps the transmission in a lower gear during normal cruising and stuff like that. So it did consume a bit more gas, I think, because of that, along with, obviously the weight of the trailer. So speaking of that, the weight of the trailer is 2,100 pounds. The weight of my car is roughly about 2,800 to 2,820. I did do a video on that. If you haven't watched that, go back and check that out. But about 2,800 to 2,820 pounds for the car. The trailer is 2,100 pounds, so we're looking about 4,900 to 4,920. Now the towing capacity of the Explorer is 5,000 pounds according to the manual. Now when towing, you want to consider what you have in the vehicle you're towing with as well. So about 4,900 pounds for the trailer in the car, and then say however much you have in the car for like luggage or tools or whatever. So I would estimate we were actually a little over 5,000 pounds towing if you consider what we took with us. It did take some tools, luggage, that kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure we're over 5,000 pounds, which, like I said before, the rating for the vehicle is 5,000 pounds. So we're kind of pushing the limit there. I'm going to use a screen recorder to map out the trip for you. We went one way there and a different way back, so I want to show you that, and I also have a couple pictures of the instrument cluster to show you the miles traveled, the mileage, and the time that it took on the return. I didn't get a picture of the time that it took for us to get there, but I think it was roughly 10 hours with the stops. We stopped several times for gas. So, okay, so here's our trip. We went from Columbia, South Carolina to Jackson, Tennessee. Now this shows 8 hours and 42 minutes. Obviously it took us longer because we were towing. The blue route is the route that we took on the way there. That took us roughly about 10 hours, I think, with all the stops for gas. And that was through mountains. It seemed like mountains after mountains after mountains. On the return, we came back on the gray route there that you see, which is 8 hours and 59 minutes. And that took us, according to the Explorer, the instrument cluster, it said 9 hours or 9.5 hours roughly. You'll see in the picture. But I think that is only while the vehicle is running. I don't think it keeps running while it's off. So, stops for gas won't show, in that time. So that's the trip. Like I said, the blue line was through tons of mountains. The gray was a little bit of mountains, but mostly just like hills. And we avoided a lot of traffic, a lot of headache, with the mountains. So we were able to maintain a little bit more speed, and it wasn't as frustrating. So this is the time traveled on the way back. So it says 9 hours, 24 minutes. Like I said, roughly 9.5. But like I said, that was probably just while it was running. But anyway, so that's how long it took us to get back of actual run time, I'm going to say. And then here is the miles traveled and miles per gallon. Now, 1,257.5 miles total. That did include, let's see, it was Saturday night that we weren't pulling the car around with the trailer. We actually unhooked it, went to Ford Takeover without the car because of the rain, and then we went out to eat that night. So maybe a total of, I'm going to say 20 to 30 miles, so without the trailer. So 1257.5, minus 30, so let's say 1227. But anyway, that's kind of here nor there, but 14.8 miles per gallon. That is for the total trip from Columbia to Jackson and from Jackson back to Columbia. So 14.8 miles per gallon average. I don't think that's too bad, especially considering that this is only a 3.5 liter V6. It is twin turbo and is rated for, I believe, 360 to 370 horsepower. So I think it did really well. Pulling, you can tell that you're pulling something. It's not like it's a large truck to where, you don't feel anything back there. You can tell that you're towing something. But overall, I think it did really well. Going through the mountains, you're in a higher elevation, you do lose some horsepower. You can tell that, but the braking of the vehicle, combined with the trailer brakes, was really excellent. It used the engine to brake at times. We had to slow down a little bit quicker. So overall, I think the Explorer did really well towing. I was actually pretty surprised, and so was everybody else. Everybody was kind of flipping out because I used the Ford Explorer to tow my car from Columbia, South Carolina to Jackson, Tennessee. But like I said, overall, I think it did great. So if you have a 2016 Ford Explorer Sport or any year that uses the same engine and drivetrain, and you've been considering towing or wondering if you can tow, the answer is yes. But be mindful of how much you're towing, how much you have in the vehicle, things like that. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below or reach me on Instagram, pony1992_S550. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It really does help us out, and we will see you next time.